I thought the camera would be facing the other way. Let me flip that around here. Tragic waste if I couldn't do that. And hello to everyone. See Fans Buses Gaming, Chetna, Jason. I'm missing a few people. Maroof, Kay, Pedro, Dale, Tom, Tara Evans, Liam, and Toronto 001. Welcome to a Beat the Storm stream. It's supposed to rain quite heavily around 4 o'clock. They're actually calling for rain all day yesterday, but we've been spared the rain this afternoon. Hello, Peter Stock, Wackio, Saul, Transport Gallery, and everyone else. It is from Vermont. I think this is called the Dane Parquet. I'm not really sure. But this neighborhood here is Lawrence Heights. And just off in the distance is a place some refer to as the Jungle. I'm not sure that's entirely warranted. Perhaps at some point it was. And to the north of here is Yorkdale Mall. Hello, Deborah H. Long time no see. Sung Ho. So what I'll be doing though is just heading over to the intersection of Dufferin and Lawrence, and then we'll just walk along Lawrence. I don't know how long this will be. Standard disclaimer. Transport Gallery says this is a gang area. Yeah, that was the reputation. I don't know if that's so true anymore. But either way, we're not going to be exploring Lawrence Heights. Hello, Jeanette. You're in a Zoom meeting. Tech Needs Tea, who had a stream last night. A stream on my Stumbles channel, where we unboxed some new toys. Then hung out for a little bit, and then we went to, some of us went over to Tech's stream. Michael K is asking if he's the only one who has a black screen. Let me check. I'm assuming you are, because other people would be saying otherwise. I'm just looking at my other phone right now. I apologize. So there seems to be a weird jittery movement going on, but that happens sometimes when you're streaming. But for the most part, the picture quality seems pretty good. Susan is here. Please visit Richmond Hill at some point. I've kind of been to Richmond Hill. Where I was in Markham, and I was at Steeles and, Steeles and Yonge? So I got confused there. I was in Markham briefly. I don't know why there's that slight jittery thing going on when I pan the camera side to side. I think it's just prioritizing picture quality over frame rate. But we'll see if that smooths out. So here's a condo development. There's a guy sitting there. I don't want to interrupt him, so we'll just zoom in from here. Tech Needs Tea says it looks like the frame rate is really low. Yeah. Let me investigate. That could be a deal breaker. Nobody wants to watch a stream that is just chugging along like that. Let me do one thing, guys. Hopefully this does not end the stream. I just turned off my secondary connection. Let's see if this fixes the frame rate issue. It might just be this area I'm in too. Jeanette Morales, your stream is helping get through this meeting I'm in. Thank you, Jeanette. $25. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Alright, so I'm going to hope we're just in a bad connection area. Oh, it doesn't smell very good. Here is Dufferin Street. There's the 29 Suffering Dufferin bus. Don't get distracted, Jeanette. Trip to the famous deli that was around here. Yes, Katz's Deli, I think it was called. It's to the north of here. I talked about that on my video that I did between here and Yorkdale. Hopefully things get a little better, and this is Lawrence Avenue. I can still see a bit of a chug on the frame rate. It doesn't seem to be as bad as it was though. I wonder if my Speedify app is the culprit. I do have good news though. I think I've troubleshooted successfully my streaming issues with cycling. I know I've said that before. Alright, I'm gonna try something here. I'm going to turn off my VPN. And we're going to see if that makes things better. Hey, look, all of a sudden it looks okay. What is going on? These streams are just supposed to work, not like my cycling ones. Let's just get out of this immediate area before I do anything drastic. Fansbuses Gaming says it's almost raining here in Ontario. Yeah, it's supposed to rain around 4 here. So the street on the south side here is called Corona Street, believe it or not. It's got a neat name to it. Just gonna cross over here to the other side. After the beer or the virus? Probably neither. Let's see, how's that frame rate looking right now? You know what? One of my internet connections, my phone is not working right now. My Freedom phone. I wonder if that explains the choppiness we were experiencing earlier. Tara says the clouds got pretty scary over the lake about 20 minutes ago. Bevy is getting grain. Oh, she corrected it. I thought I had slow chat enabled. Are mods exempted from that? Your fudgicle ice cream? No, I didn't have any ice cream. But I'll be out this way on Saturday, as just up ahead is Allen Road. And they are closing Allen Road, at least the northbound lanes, for the active TO program. So I'll be doing a bike ride down there. And I'm thinking tomorrow I might do a cycling stream. Maybe this evening I'll go record a video in the rain. Just before this, I did a walk from Dufferin and Eglinton up to here at Dufferin and Lawrence. So that'll be tomorrow's video. And I am stupidly wearing a long sleeve t-shirt. It is hot. Okay, there still seems to be some choppiness with the frame rate, so I want to turn off my VPN app that's supposed to keep things running smoothly, just in case that's the culprit. So hopefully, if the stream cuts out, I will start up a new stream right after. We'll just label this part 1 and part 2. I'm gonna head up to a bench I see up there. Lisa is listening but not actively watching. So I'm gonna head up to this bench. I'm gonna see if we can fix this. If the stream cuts out, I apologize, but we'll be back. I'll just label this part 1. I've had enough failed stream events anyways. So if this doesn't work and I don't come back and you never see me again, goodbye. That will probably not be the case. Alright, let's see if this works. Are we still alive? Are we still alive? Was I able to turn off the VPN successfully? I think this is too close. Yeah, my hair. Okay, so that worked. I don't know if that fixed it. And what's really weird is my other phone is not working. Sorry guys, I'm just troubleshooting one thing here. Why are you taking me into that? Arrow says lots of ghosting now. Yeah, guys, I think this is just as good as we're gonna get it today. Jeanette says $5. Gotta participate in your meeting. Bye, lovely people. Thank you, Jeanette, for the $5. Thank you very much, Jeanette. Have yourself a wonderful afternoon, and we're about to go by Lawrence Square, or what used to be Lawrence Square. They renamed it something. It's a shopping mall. Daniela just saw me driving by. Well, that's better than a drive-by, I guess. It was right along this stretch when I was filming another video where a couple of people who watched the channel saw me. They later pointed that out in the comments. Alex says this mall is boring now. He came here as a kid. Well, aren't we in your hood, Alex? I'm right near Marley Avenue. And note to self, Dufferin and Lawrence is not great streaming territory. You thought I would never walk again and just keep cycling? No, the balance of walking to cycling will probably be maybe 80-20. 70-30, somewhere in there. 75-25. Once the scooter is involved, who knows? Okay, so the quality seems to be a bit better right now. Ruth would put on her emergency lights and take a selfie. There's the Lawrence Allen Center. There were plans at one point to demolish this mall to make way for a new housing development. They wanted to extend Marley, which is this street here, north. Michael K says it's a nice looking mall. And we're about to go by Lawrence West Station. I don't know if we'll make it all the way to Lawrence Station. That would make this a hell of a walk, but we're about to go over the Allen Road. Does the Lawrence Center still have the Zellers? Nope. I don't know if this was one of the failed Target locations or not. Toronto, Brampton, and Mississauga streets are very similar. Probably well north of Eglinton, you could include Toronto, but south of Eglinton, I don't think that's a fair statement. There's Lawrence Station. We're about to cross over the Allen Road. Hello, Billy Sue. Techniques T says, why did Target fail again? Because they didn't really bring us Target. It was not the same store you guys had in the States. It was a chronically understocked store. They didn't have the same kind of stock that they had in the US. It was just like a very poor version of what Target should have been. What they should have done was just opened a handful of stores and figured out their logistics and built it out that way, but instead they bought out all the old Zellers leases and they just opened them all up at once pretty much. And that didn't seem like a very good plan. And there's a look north up the Allen. So this is the old, or it's the Allen Road, but it was originally the Allen Expressway, and this was supposed to go south all the way down through Chinatown, and thank goodness that did not happen. It's pretty much one of the worst off-ramps in the city, probably the worst. If you take this south to Eglinton, you pretty much can read an entire novel just waiting to get onto Eglinton. And perhaps I don't think there's a better view on that side because the station's in the way. But there's definitely a view to be had over there. Techniques T says I'm so close. Yes, we're knocking on 50,000, and Johnny Stumbles is knocking on 4,000. I did say when I get to 50, I would start looking into merch. There's a few people I need to reach out to discuss that with, including Terratopia. So that's my plan for 50. Oh. Why is she waving me through? Have you heard of indicating? Also, it's my right of way. You don't have to wave me through. I will just walk. We're gonna get Stumbles to go outside again at 4K. Maybe that's more of a 5K thing, Susan. But if you guys can confirm, it definitely seems like the quality has fixed itself. And on that note, I want to get my VPN back up because that's my fail-safe in case I hit a bad area. Connie Lou says, I am near your area. Oops, sorry, I forgot one thing here. Connections, mobile hotspot. Okay guys, so we are going to play with fire again. Hopefully I don't kill the connection. If I do kill the connection, I'll be back within a couple of minutes. But if I don't kill the connection, then we will just keep going. Just give me 1 sec. Internet connection, yeah, it's gonna buffer for a few minutes. And you know what? The jitteriness is back. So it is my app that's killing it. It is my app. This app that I pay for, that's supposed to make things better, has been the culprit behind the jankiness. Okay, so I'm gonna flip it back, guys. We're just gonna go back to one connection. Let's see how this works. Speedify, you done me wrong. There we go, now we're back. Okay, so we're YOLOing it. We're just on one, it'll be choppy for a few minutes, I think it'll figure itself out. Stupid, I didn't think I'd be having trouble with these streams. It's the other ones that's more understandable. So tomorrow I'll probably do a cycling stream. Like I said, I've been testing that setup in my living room. And I've got it so it's not shutting itself down. says, I like your home streams. Did Debbie say she's going to do a home stream? So, sorry, it just got a bit jumpy again on the frame rate. Hopefully that'll resolve itself like it did last time shortly. Maybe. Okay, so the front camera is not having any problem with that. It is working fine. Yes, my hair is way too long. Wow, I just think I found something new. So when it's all choppy like that, if I flip the cameras, it seems to help. I wonder what happens if we do the wide. There's the narrow. There's the wide. The wide is smooth. The narrow is a little, whatever. At some point, you just got to get on with your life. The Martells hate to say the obvious, your hair is long. Yeah, nobody can accuse me of not following protocols with this hair. Lisa says wider is, yeah, but the wider me in low light situations. It also gives you a bit of the fisheye look. For an environment like this, I guess it's good because you can see around better. But if I'm looking at things and trying to focus on buildings or anything in the distance, it's pretty garbage. Tech Needs Tea says it's because of 2-in-1 shampoo. Okay, we'll stick to the wide for a bit. There's your friend. School. Your friend has a school. I didn't know you had friends who own schools. Oh, it looks like this one has some kind of chapel built in. Rhonda Lloyd, $4, just a little something. Thank you, Rhonda Lloyd. Thank you for the $4. That school needs a renovation. It looks like something out of the 1970s, doesn't it? Oh, there's a skate park there. Can I zoom in with this camera? Look at that, we got a skate park. Lisa, you might pick off a spectacular shot from Riverdale. Ooh. Hello. Busy ant colony. What are your favorite parts of the city? I have favorite streets and neighborhoods downtown, but I'm not going to favor one part over the other. Those are some big ants. Brash Brannigan, $5.49. Thanks for warning the rain. You're in Scarberia. Thank you, Brash Brannigan, for the $5.49. Toronto's a big city. Sometimes you get rained on in parts, while the other side has clear skies. All right, Lisa, I'm a little bit behind on all my messages. I've been so caught up doing those cycling streams. Last night, I was working on that. After the stumble stream, I edited my video and uploaded it, and then I started tinkering with the cycling setup. And then this morning, I started tinkering with it. So I think I've got it to the point where it should work really well. And the good news is I won't have to replace the GoPro. But we'll find out. I think tomorrow we'll try to take that live. Am I running? No, I am not running. I remember when I first started live streaming, I made a joke that if I ever do a stream along Lawrence Avenue West, you know I'm completely out of ideas. And here we are, Lawrence Avenue West. I knew the story behind that building. I had a feeling that was not built as a residential apartment building. Looks like it was some kind of Legion Hall. I should do Thornhill Village. Yeah, those places are so far, Susan. I think there's so many people doing these walking channels. I imagine someone will get there before I do. Susan says not the same narration. We'll get Ken to go do it. I wish, I think me and Ken are the only, oh, and there's, no, there's the Boomer Walking, is it Boomer Girl Walking? She does some pretty excellent narration. So there's 3 in Toronto that do it, and about 5,000 that don't. These are really well manicured. I said that word manicured again. Oops, landscaped. So at some point, we're gonna come across Bathurst. Susan says not Johnny narrated. My narration today was really bad. I didn't know much about the area I was in. I had like 3 little factoids, so it was basically me reading signs off buildings, mispronouncing things. So, tomorrow's video, yikes, and tomorrow's a Friday. I need to do my homework better. You need to bring your good stuff on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And that I did not do. Here is Brucewood Crescent. Where is the storm? It's supposed to rain around 4, but I will probably be finished around then. I am Xavier Brown. He's on Twitter, email. He's on all streaming platforms. Are you really on all streaming platforms? OnlyFriends? Chatterbait? Cam Soda? I don't think he's on all. Don't look those up. I don't think he's on all streaming platforms. There you go, look that guy up. See what that's all about. Hopefully I just didn't promote something unsavory. I'm sure it's not. So you guys are really liking the wide angle for walking down a street like this? You know, summer's back when McDonald's drinks for $1. I'm gonna go behind these cars. This gigantic Mini Cooper is doing it right, but that Nissan Altima is not. So to the north of here, up at Wilson, is Little Manila. Lowe says Mini Cooper should not be gigantic. Yeah, remember when they were just these cute little cars? And then they like blew up into normal cars? And then Ford stopped making cars and they only make trucks? Why do people need bigger vehicles? I don't get it. Especially if you live and drive in a city. Johnny Stride's gonna grab some leech out on the way home. Well, there's a lineup to get into that metro. Years ago, an old lady dinged your car in that parking lot. Well, if that was years ago, perhaps that lady is no longer driving. But if you said I could have a car, I would probably get something like a Fiat 500. Just something tiny. My building doesn't have EV charging, so it would have to be a gas or a hybrid, but I would not want to drive a big car around downtown, that's for sure. Not that I would be driving around downtown. Okay, we're at Bathurst. Susan says hybrids are slow cars. They're more than fast enough to drive. But I do have some potential exciting news on that front. Amazon has yet to ship my scooter. Wow, look at this thing. He is turning right. The wide angle works on that shot. But I have ordered it and I'm waiting for it. But I'm also working on another toy. I reached out to a company that had something that I really wanted. So I'm gonna see if they get back to me and are willing to make some kind of deal. So I've just got my fingers crossed right now, but it's a very, very light, but very, very long range electric bike. It's also got an internal gear hub. It's very low maintenance. So I'm thinking, at least throughout the winter and the colder months, I'm not going to want to be on a scooter so much, or a regular bike. And that is coming out in July, this particular model. And it's a Canadian company, so I reached out to them and said, hey, I will flash your bike if you make a deal with me. I might just buy it anyways. I didn't want to tell them that though. So if that comes to be, I will let you guys know. But regardless if I get the scooter or the e-bike, my trusty single speed bike will still be my preferred two wheels of transit. Well, it looks like the chat has slowed down. Any plans for Harbourfront? Yeah. I kind of did Harbourfront to death about a month or two ago. I did a few live streams from there, and I did an East Waterfront walk and another one along the west. So I'm just giving it some time before we go back. This part of Lawrence isn't particularly interested. or interesting, but hey, we get to see it, right? Yeah, I'm gonna not do the harbor front until at least there's a really, really busy day or some kind of holiday or long weekend or event. I'll probably do a bike ride along the waterfront, but that takes all of 7 or 8 minutes to zip through it. That guy was looking at me. He cranked his head. Any Pride events going on that you might know? No, I think Pride is virtual this year. Unlike the Calgary Stampede. I don't know if that's the right move or not, but they probably had to make that decision months ago. Can you stream from nude beaches? I can, but if I get reported, I think YouTube will take it down. There's no laws against taking pictures at nude beaches, I think. Ooh, I better get. Let's try to tiptoe around that family. Technically, you can be topless right here on Lawrence. That is not against the law. But if someone popped into my video that way, I would have to edit that out after the fact, or I risk a terms of service violation. So I think it's only fair if men can take the shirt off at will. So can women. I think there's still a bit of a stigma or uncomfortableness with it, and that's understandable, but it's better to have an option than have no option, right? Ooh, there's some very nice big homes down that street. Chris Outdoors, yeah, that comment comes up in my videos a lot. Why are there power lines overhead? Well, one big part downtown is because of the streetcars. And these people have never been to Manila or Bangkok, where it's basically just an endless spider web of power lines over top everywhere you go. And this part of Lawrence is not the most interesting. No, I've said that before. Multi Frogger crossing the street. No, this is not the kind of street you want to play those games on. If I was in charge, I wouldn't bother burying the cables until there was an appropriate time. Look at this house. I had never noticed this before. Let's zoom in. Just find a place to stand where I'm not blocking someone's driveway. That's neat. Flip my camera back. So it looks like they're running the e-buses on Lawrence West here. That was a 52 or 952 bus. So the Express was an electric bus. They were previously running these down Bay Street throughout the core. Oh, this one's not an electric bus coming up. Toronto has the largest fleet of e-buses in North America, apparently. The 52 and the 952 terminate at the airport. Yes, they do, Alex, but you are better off taking the subway down to Bloor Yonge. then over to Kipling, then the airport rocket bus, then taking the 52 bus all the way to the airport. You better leave 4 days before your flight. I did that once. Fortunately, I was just going to meet someone. That was not a fun bus ride, and it was kind of near rush hour. I'm sure that had something to do with it. But I find if you're on the subway, even the Union Pearson Express train isn't really a good deal versus the TTC. You don't, unless you live right near one of those stations, you have to factor your time getting to Union and then walking over to the Union Pearson, then waiting for the damn thing. Plus you paid 3 times the cost of the TTC, or if you had a monthly pass, you already paid for it. So I really can't find any scenario where the Union Pearson makes sense for me living at Yonge and Eglinton. And even coming back, I usually just grab a lift. Yeah, it totally depends on where you live. Is it noisy living on this street? I would imagine this is not a quiet street. Maybe it's garbage day coming up. Gerald Lee, $7. Thanks for giving us another nice walk live stream. Thank you, Gerald Lee. Thank you for the $7. I've still got a ton of data to burn in only like 6 or 7 days. So I'll probably do a cycling live stream tomorrow, and then I'll stream on either Saturday or Sunday. Data not used is data wasted. I think Bevy said she might stream later today. It was supposed to be in the rain, but it might be at home now. Tech did a stream last night until Verizon decided it was no longer allowed. Andy Wood, they were calling for rain yesterday. Whoa, slow down, Honda, slow down. Oh, nice driving. CSNT 409, you're an asshole. No idea what a stop sign is. You did get a little political. That's the kind of car you typically hit with your fist. The car was on my gimbal hand side. Also, my better judgment told me not to get on the wrong side of the guy driving. Sometimes you have to use common sense. You're not supposed to judge people, but that was not a little old lady I would want to confront. Oh, we're coming up on Avenue Road. So the other night, we streamed right around this intersection. That's Havergal College, just to the south of here. This car is turning right. There's absolutely zero need to block the sidewalk like this. I understand when drivers are obscured and they need to creep out, otherwise they don't have a safe way to turn. That is common sense, but that guy, no, I'm just gonna chill right here over the sidewalk. It's enough of my ranting. All right, Avenue in Bathurst. Avenue Bathurst, Lawrence. So there's Havergal College. Hello, Eddie Chin. I hope you're having a good afternoon. And we continue. That girl keeps looking over her shoulder at me. There's a look north. Oh, this place. I have ordered from here. I've had this delivered to me. Fancy Franks. Fancy Franks. You're in their territory. Pedestrians are less valued north of Eglinton. Oh, I'd say they're plenty undervalued south of Eglinton. She was looking to see. Oh, eyes full of dust. I need to pull a Ken and get me some shades. Thank you, Eddie. Yes, fancy hot dogs. Fancy and expensive. I think we have our hipster friends to thank for the expensive hot dog restaurant experience. Can you show us your streaming setup tomorrow for riding your bike? Argo, I will do a dedicated video on that. I'm still working out the kinks, but I've got it down to just 2 cables. Well, one is the microphone cable and the other is the HDMI cable. Bathurst is very good, Lisa. That's more of a go there and experience the atmosphere kind of place. I've always found their servers to be excellent. Their food's really good. Their beer selection is great. Those are the kind of places that are really hit hard by this pandemic. The ones that rely on being there to have a good experience. There's that school we walked by. We went right up next to this field. I wish I was on the other side of the street, but I don't really want to cross over there. And you can see all the towers of Yonge and Eglinton off in the distance. 230 Lawrence Avenue West for sale. Just contact Teresa Vu. She'll hook you up. Hey, that looks like a pretty nifty shot of Yonge and Eglinton off in the distance. And I bet in the fall, when all these trees are bare, that would be even better. I'm gonna have to come up here and snap a photo or two from that spot in the fall. Techniques T got a hate comment on your video. Yeah, it happens. Eventually, they'll all start ending up in your filtered comments. A few comments that people left, I don't know, I need to ask my mods. I don't want to ask out in the open, but someone has removed a few comments that I didn't think should be removed. I kind of asked that I would be doing the comments, so I'm not accusing the mods in here of anything. But the way it works is you leave your comment, and if YouTube doesn't flag it, it's free for everyone to see. And I generally leave it. If you say something dumb, you're only making yourself look bad. Yeah, Bevy, I know it's probably not you. Probably not tech. It's just something I noticed this morning. Action BJ says not. Oh yes, Action BJ. How can I forget? Did I get the scooter? No. And the guy on Sunday said he would contact me within 3 days to let me know the status. Well, Amazon guy. Did you just lie to me? That's a cute house. All right, I'm gonna need to make a pit stop and grab a glass of water. Are selling milk in bag. That's a very Canadian thing. It's like 2-in-1 shampoo. If you're not drinking your milk out of a bag, you're doing it wrong. Is there a sidewalk for blind people? Unfortunately, as you get near the intersections, they don't have those textured patterns. Asian cities are really good about that. There's usually those yellow strips. And then they have the audible crossing sounds that tell you north, south, east, west. So we've got a long ways to go in terms of accessibility. Oh, here we go. We do have, does this count? But it's only on this side. There isn't one over there. Is that what these diagonal slats are for? And here I will awkwardly put my phone down and grab a drink. Michael K says you thought those were to prevent slipping. I thought they were to signify where the sidewalk ended, to let people know they're stepping on the street. Sorry guys, I cannot see anything right now. This beverage is brought to you by Blender Bottle. Not tried that. No, that was very much a non-alcoholic drink. There will be plenty of alcohol tonight though. This be a Thursday night. Man, where are these thunder showers we were promised around 4 o'clock? What is this all about? I'm also thinking of doing a daytime afternoon stream like this down Dufferin, maybe from Yorkdale down to Eglinton or St. Clair. It's looking ominous in Harbour Village. Well, Harvard would be that way. It's a little darker. And he says it was raining. Just 20 minutes ago in Etobicoke. I'll tell you where it's going to be raining soon. My bathtub. I'm going to put that high flow shower head on full blast. Yeah, Tech, don't apologize for your own channel. You're the boss. Whoa. Everyone's pulling over. My guess is that it's heading over to Sunnybrook. That's located just to the southeast of here at Bayview. I think they have a trauma center. That's often where you see the orange helicopters going to. We're usually going to Sunnybrook or downtown to Sick Kids or St. Mike's. Which is interesting because Sunnybrook's in a very affluent neighborhood. So I guess if you live there, you get used to the sounds of loud helicopters buzzing randomly at pretty much any hour. I do want to cross to the other side, but hey, this is Jedburgh. When I did my Stumble cycling stream, this was the route we took. All right, Lisa, have a good day. Andy Wood says trees make all the difference in the neighborhood. That makes sense. Andy Wood. There goes the 52F Lawrence bus. I'm going to switch it over to the other camera. So you guys really like the wide better than this? Tech, didn't you say you were Canadian in your stream last night? All right, Susan, well, I think for streets like this, the wide angle might be better because it's such a wide street. You can kind of see everything that's going on both sides, but for the more urban explorations, I think the other more narrow angle, this is definitely better. It's a higher quality sensor on this phone. I dialed in on my cycling videos, you might notice they're not as wide as other people who do cycling videos because I don't really like the fisheye appearance. It's still wide, it's just not super wide. And my cycling live streams are actually using a narrow. Hey, this bus is going to the airport. Bus entrance, bus exit. Ironically, I think this bus had to wait because the other bus, I'm gonna walk, because because the other bus was blocking the view from that driver, so they had to creep out like that. And we arrive at Yonge and Lawrence. So this is Yonge Street. I think Connie asked earlier if this was Yonge Street. I didn't answer, but here we are. There's Yonge. There's an entrance to the subway on the left. And Daniela is asking if I'm taking the subway, and yes, I have decided to take the subway. So on that note, thank you guys for watching this afternoon stream. I apologize for the choppiness at the start of the stream. That was my Speedify app that's supposed to make things better. That was the culprit. But thanks to our mods, Techniques T, Bevy YHZ, and Action VJ, and Chetna. That was 4 I saw in the chat here. Alright guys, I'm gonna go home and take a much needed shower. Have a good day.